Hey guys, Folded Legs here. Welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into today's video, do me a quick favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a new upload. It only takes a second, but it helps us grow and keeps the community strong. Plus, it lets me know you're enjoying the content so I can keep bringing you even more. Alright, let's get started. Hey guys, Folded Legs here. Welcome back to the channel where I watch anime, overthink anime, and then yell about anime, while some unrelated gameplay runs in the background, because my face cam is not built for long-term eye contact. Quick disclaimer, gameplay equals random, content equals chaos, connection between them equals absolutely none. We've accepted this. Huge thank you for being here again. Every time you show up, the channel levels up. Like Rimuro after absorbing literally anything. You're the reason my content is getting better, and the reason my new computer is finally on the way. Once it arrives, the edits are about to go from please don't crash to okay, calm down, Michael Bay. And one more thing before we start. If anything in this review feels slightly off, that's because I intentionally turned spoilers into jokes. So if you watch the actual anime and go, Folded, that's not how that happened. Just know, yeah, I did that on purpose. Protecting your eyeballs from plot spoilers is my side quest. TLDR before we jump in. Rimuro is still a slime. Things are still escalating for absolutely no reason. And once again, the universe handed him responsibility he 100% did not sign up for. Alright, enough yapping. Let's get into it. Section 1, Lizardman Delusion Arc, and Rimuro suffering politely. Episode 11, Gabiru arrives, confidence leaves. Episode 11 kicks off with Rimuro trying a special homemade dish. And the moment it touches his tongue, his soul politely exits the chat. Everyone around him reacts like they have committed a culinary war crime, while Rimuro is doing the, haha, yes, this is fine, face that convinces absolutely no one. Then Gabiru appears. He walks in with enough confidence to power a small city, calling himself a hero, while Rimuro sits there wondering if this lizardman has ever lost a mirror in his life. Gabiru tries to flex, gets folded instantly by one of Rimuro's guys, and you can physically hear his ego deflating. Just when the chaos settles, a beautiful elf woman strolls into the village, looking calm, mysterious, and way too pretty to be part of whatever mess Gabiru just caused. The episode ends on that. Who is she and why does she look important? Energy. Episode 12. The orc situation escalates. Gabiru still hasn't learned. Episode 12 opens with Rimuro trying to host a serious meeting, but half his crew is still whispering about Gabiru, like it's the funniest scandal of the century. Then real information drops, and the whole forest suddenly becomes a group project that only Rimuro is actually qualified to manage. Meanwhile, Gabiru is off somewhere, making decisions with zero qualifications and maximum enthusiasm. He says, trust me, I can fix this. And the universe says, you absolutely cannot. The orcs show up with full apocalypse buffet energy, and the tone shifts hard. But even with danger rising, the show keeps the humor alive, reminding us that Rimuro's life is basically a sitcom wrapped around a kingdom-building simulator. Alliances form, tension rises, and Rimuro slowly realizes his quiet slime life has evolved into running a whole ecosystem. Section 2, War Crimes, but make it funny. Episode 13, War Arc begins, and Rimuro somehow becomes a commander. Episode 13 jumps in like, hey, remember the goofy slime show? Yeah, not today. Everyone is prepping for war. Units forming. Plans happening. and Rimuro is giving real tactical orders, like he did not spend the previous episode melting over elf boobas. On the road, the squad is hyped. Wolves zooming, ogres flexing, goblins running like cardio was never invented, and Rimura floating along like a stress bubble with paperwork. But the real highlight? The cutaways to Shang in full battle mode. Good lord. Mommy. Sorry. Mommy. Sorry. Who approved her outfit? Why is her top fighting harder than the soldiers? She swings once and the camera almost faints. She has. I could destroy a village, but I could also destroy you. Energy. When they reach the battlefield, everything is already in chaos. Lizardmen panicking, orcs charging like it is a holiday sale, and Rimura's group arrives like, guess we're responsible adults now. Unfortunately, the episode ends on that dramatic moment. The big reveal. Rimura facing down the broccoli-shaped boss of the arc. Heavy tension. Big stakes. But still goofy enough to survive emotionally. Episode 14, Rimuru versus the Eat Your Problems diet plan. Episode 14 is intense, so we cope with jokes. As usual, we start mid-fight. Everyone swinging, casting, screaming, and Rimuru trying to prevent the forest from becoming one giant buffet. Shin shows up again, and the animators clearly said, physics is optional today. Mommy. Sorry. Mommy. Sorry. She is fighting like, do not look at my chest. Actually, yes, please look. Pure chaos. Pure menace. Pure comedy. The orcs are running on unlimited stack mode. Terrifying. Relentless. No chill at all. Then Rimura steps up, and the big guy calls him greedy. Rimura basically says, yeah, I know. I am a slime. I eat things. This is not new information. The fight hits hard. Big danger. Big emotion. But still sprinkled with that unhinged Rimuru confidence like, sure, let me absorb the final boss. What is the worst thing that could possibly happen? When the dust settles, everyone is staring like, did the slime just win? And Rimuru is standing there, mentally clocking out, ready for the longest nap in isekai history. Heavy episode, but the comedy keeps it from dragging your soul into the floor. Section 3, war ends, politics begin, and a pink meteor adopts Rimuru. Episode 15, Rimuru forgives everyone and immediately regrets, becoming king on accident. Episode 15 opens with Rimuru doing the most Rimuru thing possible. He ends a whole war, looks around the battlefield, and goes, okay, but what if we didn't stay mad about it? Instant chaos. Half the factions are relieved. The other half look ready to file complaints with the cosmic manager. Before Rimuru can even breathe, everyone drags him into a giant meeting like, congrats, you're the leader now. And he's sitting there internally screaming, I just wanted a quiet slime life. Every tribe joins the alliance at once. Goblins, wolves, ogre squad, lizard folks, orc survivors, and the elves who are somehow always fabulous. And Rimuru becomes the peacekeeping glue holding together an entire fantasy daycare. Then we get the lizardman who tried way too hard to be important. He gets banished with the energy of, thank you for trying, but please never try that again. Just when Rimuru thinks the day can't get weirder, the dwarves pull up like, hello, small ruler, we are here to duel you for reasons. It's not hostile. It's not friendly. It's very prove you're not a fluke. The episode ends on that classic Rimuru face of, what timeline did I load into and can I go back? Episode 16, Lady Marine enters. The chat and the power scale collapses instantly. Episode 16 opens with King Gazel casually dropping off Vista like, Here's a former villain, he's your problem now. It's the least gift-like gift ever. Rimuru accepts him anyway because he is a soft blue marshmallow with world peace energy. Then the sky opens and down drops Lady Maureen. Pink hair, sparkly eyes, chaos aura, and absolutely no volume control. She hits the ground like a meteor announcing, "Hi, bestie. Remember when we tied that one time?" Over something so painfully silly that Rimuru almost evaporates from secondhand stress. She is powerful. She is adorable. She is dangerous. And her vibe is, I could destroy a continent, but I want snacks first. Rimuru panics because she is clearly the kind of person who can turn a disagreement into a crater. But she latches onto him like they're already best friends. And suddenly the village has a walking natural disaster roaming around asking about sweets. The episode ends in the hot springs, everyone relaxing, while Lady Maureen is in the corner radiating pure gremlin joy. And Rimuru realizes, oh, she lives here now. This is my life. Section 4, Diplomacy, Bonking, and Rimuru babysits a pink war crime. Episode 17, Maureen punches first and asks 0 questions. Episode 17 starts with humans holding a very serious meeting about Rimuru. It feels like nobles reading a slime review page. Meanwhile, Rimuru is just at home trying to vibe. Then Laplace strolls into Tempest, acting like he owns the whole forest. Smug, loud, made entirely of red flags. Before he even finishes his dramatic monologue, Maureen just, bonk, drops him in one punch. Silence. She turns with the cutest little, did I do good? Face. Peak puppy eyes. Peak comedy. Then Chun steps up for round 2. Someone else gets bold. She goes, bonk, with full, I am your master now. Energy. A different kind of mommy, but equally dangerous. Rimuru tries to hold a diplomatic meeting. Maureen threatens strangers, asks for snacks, flexes for no reason, and Rimuru's soul gradually evaporates. One sigh at a time, the village rule becomes very clear. Do not insult Rimuru. You will be punched. You will not win. We close with Clayman, being dramatic in the dark, like a discount villain rehearsing his lines, while Rimuru is blissfully unaware that nonsense is brewing. Episode 18, Bath Time Betrayal and Questionable Life Choices. Episode 18 opens with the guy Maureen slapped into another dimension, sitting by a campfire, trying to process the emotional damage. Before he can finish coping, a shady clown crew appears, offering mysterious power. In the most, this will absolutely ruin your life. Tome possible. Hard cut to Tempest. Bath time. Rimuru chooses the men's bath and instantly regrets everything. The fun, chaos, and laughter are clearly happening on the women's side. And Shine, your Dami Mommy secretary, is in there, radiating enough heat to cook a turkey. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry. I'm fine. Totally fine. Really? Rimuru sits in the men's bath, soul drained, staring at the ceiling like, this is the saddest timeline. Meanwhile, the slapped guy wanders into a dark cave, every shot screaming, I should not be here. But pride said yes. Finally, we return to Tempest, and the vibes shift. A new threat is confirmed. Big, organized, and walking directly toward the village. Episode ends with Rimuru basically getting, congratulations, you survived a war? Time for another one. Section 5, Airborne Nightmares and Rimuru's Emotional Whiplash. Episode 19, Giant Flying Megalodons. Because sure, why not? Episode 19 kicks off with Rimmer's crew rolling into what they thought would be a normal day. And then the sky just decides, hey, what if we dropped flying megalodons on them? The whole squad scrambles. Everyone is fighting for their lives. And Rimuro is trying very hard to pretend this is fine, while clearly thinking, I was a salaryman. Why am I here? Marine also shows up with peak chaos energy. She is vibrating, ready, itching to fight. Rimuro keeps telling her, don't jump in. And she keeps giving him the anime sparkle eyes, like a dog begging for treats. But the treat is violence. Meanwhile, she's built like the final boss of a protein powder commercial. And Rimuro is doing emotional calculus like, if I say no again, she might actually explode. Eventually, the vibe shifts. Marine gets her moment, and the Sky Predators probably rethink their entire life choices. She throws one attack, and everyone within a 10-mile radius whispers, Mommy sorry, Mommy sorry, Mommy sorry. The episode ends on Rimuro realizing, sometimes staying alive means letting your overpowered friend do cardio, and pretending it was part of the plan. Episode 20, Tempest throws a party and Rimuro gets homework. Episode 20 opens with Tempest throwing the biggest celebration ever. Food everywhere. Music. Dancing. Rimuro in the corner like, wow, I love this. But also I need a nap. Then out of nowhere, Rimuro gets hit with unexpected emotional DLC. Stuff from earlier in the story comes back, and you can see the exact moment his brain says, oh no, I forgot I had responsibilities. Mid-episode, we cut to a Human Kingdom ceremony, where everyone is trying way too hard to look normal. Even though every single person is terrified of offending Rimuro, the comedy say, everyone bows too low, talks too formally, acts like Rimuro is a ticking bomb. Rimuro is just smiling politely, wishing he was back at the buffet table. Then the episode flips the tone again. Rimuro becomes a teacher at a new academy, and the kids greet him with pure gremlin energy. Not hi, mister, but oh, look, a new adult to challenge. The episode closes with Rimuro realizing, saving the world is easy. Teaching children is the real anime difficulty mode. Outro, folded legs signs off before gravity wins. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, while I tried my best to keep this anime spoiler free, and still somehow make sense. Thank you so much for being here. Whether you watched the whole thing, listened while doing dishes, or let it autoplay because you fell asleep, I appreciate you. This channel keeps growing because of you. And once my new computer lands, our content is about to glow up harder than Rimuro naming literally anything. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for supporting the chaos. And thank you for letting me be your background noise in whatever quests you're doing today. If you made it all the way to the end, drop the secret code word in the comments. Tempest. Let me know you're one of the real ones. Folded legs signing off. Keep rolling, stay chaotic, and I'll see you in the next one.